everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Josh Ryan and today I'm going to show you Instagram marketing, mostly for personal brands. Now, I just want to say at the time of recording this, there's a lot of different growth hacking techniques you can use. There's things like going viral, there's different ways you can make content go viral, gain a ton of views and get a bunch of traffic. However, that is not a long-term strategy and it's not something that's going to be around soon due to the way that Instagram has been changing up their algorithms, the way that Instagram has been changing the way they monitor things, looking at bots and so on. This strategy is going to become obsolete very soon. So I wanted to cover more of a long-term strategy of personal branding and how you can do that to drive traffic. Right, okay, so diving right in. What I'm going to cover is how to set up your account properly for success, how to target your audience through content and then free and paid strategies, and then how to actually sell it on Instagram the right way to make money, because not many people talk about that, and the actual method is don't sell. But I'll get to that soon. Alright guys, so creating your profile. You want to make sure your profile looks nice. Instagram is a very, very visual platform. It's somewhere where you're going to need to grab someone's attention by having a nice, clean, crisp profile. And by doing this, you're going to exude that sort of confidence, that sort of that messaging that you know what you're doing. Because if you've just got a boring, plain profile, it's not very attractive to drive traffic. So what you want to make sure you have is a strong, professional-looking profile picture. Get a photographer to take a nice photo of you. Get even a picture on an iPhone 10 or like a newer phone where you can get a nice crisp quality image. It's going to look good. You want to make sure you have a short, sharp bio. Don't make it too long. Instagram does restrict you, but make sure it's short, sharp, and punchy. Don't just write a paragraph about yourself. So have a few lines, have what you do, who you are, and a call to action. So for me, I've got I help entrepreneurs become famous on Instagram. That's what I do. That's my business. That's how I make money. Who you are. For me, I've got cyclist, footballer, entrepreneur. I have changed this up a little bit recently, but that sort of gives people a little bit of insight into who I am. And then a call to action to your funnel. So I actually, at the time of recording, linked this to my webinar, but now I'm more focused on my agency, so I'm going to swap it over to my agency link once that funnel is done. And if you've got time, throw in some social proof. So I can say 1.1 million followers on Instagram at millionaire.dream, one of my accounts. Or you can say six-figure earner, or you could say driven over 100 million sales or whatever. And that's probably a bit unrealistic. But whatever it is, helped 10 clients become millionaires. Whatever, if you've got a short social proof, that's something nice to throw in as well. Then third part, link to something valuable people can get, which can be your funnel. And then fourth, you want to have a good username and SEO, which is going to sort of help you grow. So you want to make sure it's a short, sharp name. Don't put lots of dots, don't put lots of underscores, don't put lots of numbers. Keep it short and simple. And then your name should represent, and now I just want to clear this up, the username is your whatever it is. Your name is the bold part in your profile. So looking at this, my username is the Josh Ryan. My name is Teenage Instagram Entrepreneur. Now, if someone searches Josh Ryan, they're going to see me because of my username. So there's no point in me putting it in my name. I'm better off to put a different keyword as my name to bring in more eyeballs. So I put Teenage Instagram Entrepreneur. So if someone searches Teenage Entrepreneur, they'll see me. If someone searches Josh Ryan, they'll see me because of my username. If they search Instagram Entrepreneur, they'll see me because of my name. If they search Teenager, they might see me there too. Now, as I talked about before, I help successful entrepreneurs blow up their brand on Instagram. Cyclist, footballer, entrepreneur, owner at Millionaire Dream, which is social proof because if people click on that, they'll see 430,000 followers. Then again, I've got my webinar. I probably could have added something there, like click below to learn how to gain 100k in 90 days or something, but I haven't got there right now. As you can see, professional looking profile picture, professional looking content, and it's quite a visually appealing page, although I'm not the best looking, but I make do with what I got. But that's a nice looking profile. People see that, it exudes confidence. It looks much better on mobile, by the way, because of the way that the lines are set out. But that's how you want to set up your profile. That way people see that, they know exactly what I do. I get a lot of people message me like, you help entrepreneurs, how can you help me become famous? And just because of having that tagline there. Your tagline is very, very important. Alright, so growing your account, getting people to follow you. Number one is you want to find your target audience. What hashtags do they use and what accounts do they follow? Hashtags are essentially a way to group content together based around interests. You can almost think of them as a filing cabinet. The specific hashtag as the folder and the post as the files inside. So if you want people that are interested in the gym, you're going to use gym-based hashtags, because if someone's looking for that content, they're going to go to that file, and if you can show up there, you've got more chances of getting that person following you because you're getting in front of more people. The second way is, what accounts do they follow? This allows you to find where they hang out, and you can draw them to your account. Now, there's paid strategies to do this, such as paying for promotions, or there's free strategies, such as leaving value in every comment of their posts. So if a page with 1 million followers with your target demographic posts, and they're talking about, let's say, going to college versus not going to college as an entrepreneur, you could leave your opinion in there and offer some value. So maybe you did go to college and you found it really, really helpful for yourself as an entrepreneur. And then you could talk about what you learned from it and just say, it really helped me. And by doing that, if you get a lot of engagement, lots of those people will see your comment, they'll see your value, and you're going to gain followers. By the way, I didn't go to college. I'm not saying you should or whatever, but that's just an example of an opinion you could give, depending on your experiences. So, good hashtags you want to use. Under 1 million posts per hashtag. Most people do hashtags wrong. When you're starting out, you should be using smaller hashtags. The reason this is because you only gain followers from hashtags when you show up in the top posts, not when you show up in the recent posts. If you're using a hashtag like motivation, there's about 100 posts a minute. So after 1 minute, no one will find you unless you show up in the top posts. However, to show up in the top posts, you have to be one of the most engaged photos with that hashtag. And if you're competing on a massive hashtag like motivation, it'll be so hard to rank and no one will follow you. Using a smaller hashtag but showing up at the top is equivalent to being page 1 of Google for a slightly less used word than page 100 for a popular word. Like, would you prefer be on page 100 of how to grow your business, or would you prefer be on page 1 of how to grow an online passive income business, or something like that, or how to create passive income online? Would you prefer be page 1 of that, or page 100 for grow a business? Like, you're always going to take the page 1 for the more specific word, because no one will see you on page 100. Fourth tip, use 25 to 28 hashtags each post. You're allowed to use up to 30. However, many people, if you use just 30 all the time, it comes across spammy to Instagram. And so if you mix it up, it makes it look more real and more authentic. And when you look spammy to Instagram, they do not like that. They will block you, or they will limit your account, or they'll decrease the amount of reach you can get. Fifth tip, post the hashtags in the first comment. It just looks much nicer. And also, it has the same effect as in the caption. And lastly, use multiple sets of hashtags. Do not use the same set of 25 to 28 hashtags on every single post. Create 2 or 3 or 4 different groups of hashtags you can use. Not only will this allow you to reach a wider audience, but it will also allow you to just keep mixing it up, keep it being fresh, and again, it's not as spammy, so it will allow you to, be less spammy, and with it being less spammy, it will allow you to not get banned or not get limited from Instagram. Okay, now jumping onto pages where you might find people. This account here is a motivational account, and so these guys post motivational content. If you're trying to pick up that audience, this is a good example of a page that you might want to try and engage with. However, usually you're probably better off targeting a slightly bigger account. So with these accounts, like we said before, there is a few different things you can do to grow from them. Like we talked about before, is dropping your 2 cents is sort of a Gary Vee strategy. Drop your 2 cents on 81 posts a day. It says $1.72 method or $1. I don't know. I'm not good at maths, but it's a strategy of dropping his opinion on a lot of different posts, and some of them will do well and gain a lot of followers. The other way of doing it is to pay for promotions, or offer you something for promotions. If you've got an ebook which teaches people how to make money, You could give it to them in return for a promotion they might buy. What you want to do is you want to make sure you have an eye-catching image that relates to the client or the person. Because as you can see on the right, this is a post that clearly was not done to promote myself. It was done to promote Russell Brunson. And so that image relates to him. Do not stop chasing your dreams is essentially what that image is saying, because you don't know how close you may be to achieving them. Now what you want to do is make sure you tag your username in the first line. This is because Instagram does that thing where it's like see more. So after like the first line, you have to click see more to do it. So if you put your username on the first line, people will see it instantly, and you need more people seeing your username and more people following. The third part is you want to give people a reason to follow you. Oh my god, follow at Russell Brunson, famous all over the world for motivational content. For more motivation and driven content, hurry before they go private. And then you want to list the username 3 times at the bottom, which just is going to get a few more followers. It sort of puts it out there a little bit more. Now, the algorithm, referring to growth. Everyone has their 2 cents on the algorithm. Everyone acts like they know it to a T. And to be 100% honest with you, it constantly is changing and updating. So this is something you're going to want to learn, and you're going to constantly learn. And however, I'm going to give you a basic overview of it. I'm not going to go too specific, purely because the fact it's constantly changing. So in general, the algorithm is just like Facebook. It favors content deemed good and pushes out content deemed bad. And by doing this, it allows them to show more good content to people on Instagram. And by doing that, it's encouraging people to stay on Instagram for longer, which essentially means they can run more ads to these people on Instagram. And when they're running more ads to them, Instagram makes more money, and so on. So that's sort of how it works. Content deemed good or bad is based off engagement. The more engagement you get in the first 15 minutes to 1 hour, that sort of gives an indicator to whether Instagram are going to show it to more people or less people. So getting that early on engagement really, really helps. So different way, there's a lot of different ways to do that, and we're going to show you here. So how to make the algorithm work to your favor. When running these promotions with influencers, make sure you use a super eye-catching image and ask questions. How does this work? This makes the post more likely to go viral and reach more people. For example, if you make a post and you say, or if you're a travel person, you're building yourself up as a travel influencer, and you're promoting affiliate products based around how to travel the world, and you pay a big travel account with 1 million followers to post your video you made while you're in Bali. What you could do is you could say, tag a friend who you'd love to travel Bali with, and have that person post it. And then so when they make that post, all their followers are going to tag their friends. Now, when this gets a lot of comments, it's going to push the content out to more people. When more people see it, you're going to gain more followers. This also has the benefit of lots of people getting tagged in it. When lots of people are getting tagged in the image, more people will follow you. And it's just another great way to bring in more followers and go more viral. Doesn't necessarily have to go viral and reach more people, and reach like millions of more people, but even if it just reaches a larger part of the original audience. And it means that you just get more followers from your promotions. Now for your posts themselves, ask questions in the captions to drive engagement. It'll help you so much. You see these people that are constantly doing things on Instagram like comment money letter by letter and go on the draw for a $20 giveaway. This is because they're trying to get people getting more comments, and essentially by doing that, they're gaining more exposure. Because when they get people making 5 comments, even if you've only got a few thousand followers, if you can get 10 people to make 5 comments, MONEY, that's 50 comments. That is a lot of comments for an account that's small. Instagram will likely show your content to more people, and it allows you to grow even more because more people are seeing it. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you notify people on your story that you posted. And again, ask for the comment. Post something on your story like, hey guys, just dropped a new post. Comment your dream travel destination. Or comment the best thing you learned from my live masterclass. Or new post just out. comment your favorite exercise in the gym if you're a gym sort of based person. Or if you're an entrepreneur, comment your goal for 2018 or 2019. Or if you're trying to motivate people, what's one goal you've got for this week? What's one thing you nailed last week? If it's a picture of you in a car, what's your favorite car? Create something relevant to the image and ask questions. The next growth strategy I want to talk about is competitions. Competitions is a very, very good way to grow, and again, it works reasonably well with a personal brand if you do it right and you get the right accounts in the competition. And so what you want to do is you want to get a good prize that is specific to your audience and something they actually want. You can create a survey, do Instagram polls, or something like this prior to doing it to establish what they really want. The more they want it, the more they're likely to enter, and the better your competition, more successful your competition will be. So you want to keep it sharp and simple to enter. Try keep it to 3 steps, like for example, #1, follow us. Number 2, tag 3 friends. Number 3, repost this on your story and tag us. I don't know if you guys would have seen it, but recently there's been a couple of people create fake Lululemon Instagram pages. They created one like lululemon.search, like the clothing brand. And what they did was they said, we're looking for influencers. All you have to do is repost this. They wrote up like a Word document, like 4 or 5 sentences, split them up, put a post on Instagram and said, all you have to do is repost this on your story if you have more than 300 followers. And we'll be picking 10 people to give away some free gear to. Now, they literally went from 0 to like 42,000 followers in like 18 hours or something crazy like that. They just started a brand new account, did that. Once you got 5 or 10 people entered, when it's constantly being posted on people's stories and it's a prize people really want, it'll just grow like wildfire. However, that was fake, and don't fake your competitions. But that's just an example. Make sure the image is not spammy and fits as good content, but still draws attention to the competition. If the content looks good, it's more likely to drag more attention, get more eyeballs, and get more people, therefore entering, and therefore growing your reach even more. For example, this is one that also worked really well, Sunny Co Clothing. Many of you will know this. They had 15,000 followers when they posted this. This image got nearly 340,000 likes. That is something crazy, like over $1 million in sales from this. So what they had a good offer. It was really simple. 1-step entry, repost this and tag us. Simple as. Huge engagement because the post was a good quality post. It was a nice image. It wasn't some spammy image with a whole pile of text all over it. Results, they went from 20k followers to 800,000 followers in 48 hours just by doing this. Giveaways competitions work really well if you can find something that resonates with your target audience and find a great way of getting it to them. Okay, so now that we've covered the growth, we've talked about different ways to grow your personal brand on Instagram. Now we are going to look at making some money, sending traffic to what you already have in place. Now, lots of people in these group of videos are way better at making funnels and doing the email follow-ups and all of that. I'm not going to sit here and make out like I'm an expert at that. I'm not. I'm good with Instagram. I'm good with pushing traffic. But where I push that traffic to, I usually rely on other people, some of the experts in here. So if you're trying to build out the best possible funnel, you're going to want to watch their videos because they're going to be very, very good. However, I'm going to show you guys how to send the traffic to there the most effective way. So there's 3 main traffic sources here. There's stories. This is the best way to drive traffic when you promote something through your story. There's posts. It's not recommended, but it's still a good way to send some traffic. The reason this is because if you do a post which is an ad and it doesn't get much engagement, it can hurt your future posts because when less people engage with it, they push it down the algorithm, and they do the same with your future posts. The third way is through your bio. So this is by having a good bio set up. People will straight away click the link in your bio when they follow you sometimes, and this allows you to straight away get some nice traffic. Stories. This is the best way. They're super engaging. They're not relevant. They're not reliant on the algorithm, which basically means that if you post a story and as an ad, for example, if you jump on the story and you go, "Hey guys, we've just launched a new product. It's going to show you how to do this, this, and this. Click the link in my bio to get it." It's not going to hurt you if that doesn't get a ton of followers, because people don't know it's an ad until they're watching it, and by then they've already watched it. So it's not going to hurt you with the algorithm like a post could. Because if you make a post and it doesn't get much engagement, then the next time you post, it's going to be shown to slightly less people, just because of the way that the algorithm works with Instagram. You're going to get more attention as people that are watching a story are consumed by you rather than just scrolling through a feed. And what I mean by this is when you're looking at a story on Instagram, it takes up the entire phone. It literally takes up the entire screen, and there's nothing else they can see. Whereas with a post, they're just scrolling through a feed, and it's essentially just taking up all of someone's attention, and it's going to be a much, much better way to gain some sort of followers and gain some sort of traffic from that, is because all they see is you. Direct links with swipe ups are a very good way. Once you hit 10k, you can do it. You can use polls to engage with people, and they're short and sharp. Polls are also the best way to send traffic. We'll talk about that soon. This is how you can do it. Instagram story traffic. This is how you get traffic from stories the most effective way. You want to use stories as a reality show style, where you are just showing people a behind the scenes scoop into what you're doing and throwing a few golden nuggets. They shouldn't be taken too serious. They shouldn't be something where it's always professional content. You can do that now with Instagram TV. However, with the story traffic, with the stories, keep them short, sharp. I post videos of, I post pictures of me at the gym. I'll post pictures of me at the office. I'll do funny wee videos if I stuff up, like if I do something stupid and it's kind of funny. If I spill my coffee everywhere, I'll probably put something on there like, "Oh man, I'm stupid," or not those words, but something along those lines. And just, it's a great way to show people the real you. That's a bit less, social media sort of hyped up also. It's a bit less, like, it's a bit more real. And then you can monetize through swipe ups once you reach 10k. However, do not forget to use polls, both for traffic and engagement. Now, let me tell you this. Recently, the World Cup has been going on, the Football World Cup. Not sure many Americans follow this. Not sure many Americans even know what football is. But essentially, what I've been doing is I've been, not deliberately, but when I'm watching a game, I'll put a story up. And I will say, like, say Portugal's playing Uruguay. I'll put a post up, and then I have the poll, Portugal, Uruguay. People pick it. By doing this, I've noticed I'm getting a lot more views because I'm getting more people engaging with my stories and clicking a poll, and therefore Instagram is showing it to more people. So the more polls you do, the more views you'll get over time. However, if you want to send traffic, here's how you do it. Okay? You want to make a post, and rather than saying, and you can do this once you've gone past 10k as well. Stories you can use at any stage. Rather than saying swipe up and register for my webinar where I'm going to show you how to gain 100,000 followers in the next 90 days for free. Reverse engineer that and say, free webinar in 8 hours. Who wants to learn how to gain 100,000 followers in the next 90 days for free? And then you get people vote in a poll, and the people that said me, you send a message to them. You can have a VA do this, or you can do it yourself, and essentially then all you have to do is send them a message, say, "Hey, here's the link to sign up for my webinar, would love to see you there." It's kind of equivalent to having a messenger bot, except right now there's no bots that do it. And it's a super, super underutilized thing that literally no one does. No one does this. I've never seen people do this. Pretty sure I'm like one of the only people that do this, and it is so easy. I tried doing a thing where I told people to click the link in my bio, and I think I got 6 people click it, and I've got like 5,000 followers on this account. I think I had 6 or 7 people click it. It probably wasn't the best marketing, and I probably wasn't the best branding around it. I think I had like 4 sign-ups or something from that thing there where I told people to click the link in my bio. I did this story thing. I had over 100 people say me. And from that, I sent them all a message. I think like 70 people signed up for the webinar. The same story, it's the same. Both of them took one post on the story. One got like 4 sign-ups, one got about 70. This is because when it's simple, when it's easier for people to do, when all they have to do is click yes or no, rather than going into your bio and clicking that, it's much simpler. People on Instagram are lazy. They're more likely to respond to a direct link you send them in a DM after they've done this. And the other cool thing is building up that suspense. So if you say that you're going to teach them how to gain 100k in 90 days and they're waiting for your message, they're going to be like, oh, awesome. As soon as you send it, awesome, thank you so much for this. And they're going to be more inclined to do it because you've positioned it as more value. Now, how to monetize it. So what you want to do is you want to use those traffic sources we talked about to send traffic to your funnel. Offer something for free so you then have a direct way to contact outside of Instagram. So maybe you're going to give them a free ebook, free video series, free webinar, and collect like their email, collect their messenger or phone number or whatever you're using. So you've got a way of contacting them outside of Instagram, which just gives you another way to follow up with them. And then apply the funnel hacks they're teaching and other people in this awesome group are teaching you, because they're way better than me with funnels. If you're promoting an affiliate product, you can literally just send it straight to their funnel because they've already got the funnel in place. If you're creating like your own funnels and doing stuff like that, then that's also cool. But you're probably better off to learn from the other people about funnels, purely just because they're better than me. And I like to talk about stuff and teach only things I'm really good at, so I focus most on Instagram, less on funnels. There's some other guys who are amazing in here with funnels. So if you're sending people to an affiliate product, send them straight to a free thing that you can offer them to grab their information, whether it's a free ebook, free video series, something like that, where you can grab their stuff, then push them straight to the affiliate offer so you can follow up with them and so you can make some money. Story highlights. This is another great thing. Again, we're using Russell's account because he does Instagram very, very well. Perfect place to consistently provide value and drive traffic over and over. So what you can do here is if you do a really good story and you talk about something, you can create a highlight such as funnel hacker, biohacker, dad hacker, like those, where people can see it every time they view your account. And so this here is basically a highlight. It stays there forever. So if I did 10 stories and I talked all about how to build your brand on Instagram, I could do that, and then at the end of that have a swipe up to directly to an Instagram webinar or something, and they can go through that webinar and then they can buy a course or whatever. And it's a great way to put out a valuable content within the story and then leave it there forever. So every time someone views your account, they can go to it, because stories only start for 24 hours unless you put them in the highlight reel. Then they start forever. Posts. Avoid doing these on your own page. Only really run ads on influencers, purely because it'll hurt your engagement. However, when you do posts, use clear, concise copy that's nice image and isn't spammy. Make sure it looks good and it looks aesthetically pleasing. That's one thing with Instagram. Make sure everything looks nice and pretty. Make sure it's congruent with the feed and promote through the caption, not in the post. And no more than 1 in 5 posts should be promotions. Again, here's an example of Russell, where you can see no one can keep their paws off expert secrets. Do you have yours? Click the link in my bio to get the free copy. Now, as you can see, he got 1,800 likes. At the time where I made this presentation, or made the original presentation, which I've edited, he was averaging 1,300 likes per post, a little bit less. He posted this, he got more likes than usual, even though it was an ad. This is because it looked good, it drew an attention. There's a monkey reading his book. What the heck? And by doing that, it looks good, it gets a lot of engagement. When it gets a lot of engagement, it gets shown to more people. And he even promoted it through the caption, so he would have generated sales. He got 123 comments as well, which is not bad at all. Okay, so that's like the end of this training. I know I spoke really fast. I wanted to get through it all, and I wanted to bring you some value without drawing on for too long. So here's the main points. Keep everything looking nice and high quality. You don't want to come across as spammy, and you want to be seen as a genuine person trying to help, and that should always be your core focus, is being someone trying to help. Find where your target audience hangs out and then target them through hashtags and influencer marketing. Find your niche of people, find the hashtags they use, find the accounts they follow, find the stories they watch, and get in there. 3, monetize utilizing stories for the high quality free traffic and occasionally through your post too. However, I would focus on using stories to drive traffic because it won't hurt your engagement. And finally, scale this up by paying influencers for more promotions. If you've got 2,000 followers and you're making $500 a month from promoting your affiliate products by doing these strategies, then reinvest some of that money into paying those influencers who have your target following to grow you. And as you grow more, as you continue applying the same strategies, your income will grow consequently by doing that. So just make sure you scale that up using those influencers, leading to more followers, more fans, and more people you can push to your email list, your offers, and so on. So make everything look nice, find where that target audience is, and get in front of them. Monetize using those stories for that quality, high, easy, free traffic, and then scale this up by paying people who already have a good following of people you want to get in front of and pay them to put you in front of them. Simple. So hopefully this presentation has been valuable. Hopefully I haven't drawn on for too long, and hopefully I haven't spoken too fast, but I'll make sure there's like a download for these slides or something, and a PDF cheat sheet for you guys below, which you guys can go through to make sure you have kicking ass on Instagram. If you guys want to find me on Instagram, I'm at the Josh Ryan, which will soon become Josh Ryan ideally. So if you guys want to follow me there, send me a message if you've got any questions. Feel free to do that. Thank you guys for listening, and I am sure you guys will love all the other videos. Make sure you watch them all, and cheers.